Welcome to the Shrimp Boat. Pre-report every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Come and eat some chicken at 7 p.m. at the Shrimp Boat. And let's talk football.
Welcome to the Prep Reporters. I'm your host, David Summey, and we're coming to you from Shrimp Boat here in Gastonia, North Carolina. With us today we have Colby Martin from Forest View and Michael Christopher, the sports editor from the Lincoln Times News. You can join us every Tuesday night here at the Shrimp Boat for the Prep Reporters at 7 o'clock. Alrighty, Colby, starting with you. Last week you were at the Forest View Nations Ford game. Give us a little breakdown of that. We know Forest View won that game last week. Tell us what you saw and what you thought about each team.
Well, it was a wonderful football game to start off the year. Really a defensive battle between both teams with 3 or 4 touchdowns coming from the defensive sides of each team. Forest View looked very good as far as defense. Looked great on defense. Wonderful run game. The passing game was a little shaky, but that's expected. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season with Forest View. I think it's going to be a good year for them.
Forest View this week, they're playing East Rutherford. How do you see that game shaking out?
Forest View, East Rutherford coming up this week. East Rutherford is I think they have a pretty good team this year, so we'll see what Forest View can do against them. I believe they'll be able to pull out another win this week. So we'll be out there on Friday night. Check it out.
Alrighty, I noticed you said most of Forest View's touchdowns came from their defense last week. You think their offense is going to step up and be the focus of the scoring instead of just trying to?
I think it will. Kevin Jeter, running back for Forest View, he had 120 yards last week without a touchdown. So once he starts getting in the end zone, I think that the Forest View offense is going to put up some major points.
Alrighty, nice. Now we have Michael. He was at the North Lincoln Maiden game, which Maiden won 2017. Tell us a little bit what you saw out there last week.
It's a close game. North Lincoln, who lost 24 seniors last year, everyone thought they might be down. They showcased their talent a little bit, shut out Maiden in the second half, got the ball back with 6 minutes, and Maiden got the ball back with 6 minutes, was able to sustain a drive with sophomore Matt Johnson, quarterback, just really tough guy, tough kid. He really showed resiliency, moved the chains, got first downs for Maiden, and they were able to eat off the clock and take a close 20-17 victory. Talking about North Lincoln, they also had a good sophomore quarterback, Andrew Stidham, passed for 203 yards. He was in for the injured Tyler Lawling, junior quarterback, and he looked really well through 15 of 33 passes, 203 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions, but again, he's a sophomore, he's going to learn. And North Lincoln could be knocking on the door in the Southern Piedmont County Conference, and they're going to be a team to watch out for.
All right. Any chance we have a quarterback controversy, first one of the year up there in North Lincoln?
Well, that's what the talk is. I mean, the sophomore had more snaps only because the junior was hurt, but I mean, if Coach Stillwell believes that he can get the job done and move the ball and still give his team a chance, I mean, you've got to give him that opportunity. At the same time, you've got to let your junior play and try to lead the team, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right. And this week we have a big game going on up there in Lincoln. South Point versus Lincoln. Should be a good barn burner up there between two very top teams in the counties and in the state.
Very big game. This game scares both coaches. It could go either way. Lincoln's coming off a 28-21 victory over East Rutherford. South Point coming off a close loss to Clover. Both teams, explosive offenses. Defenses will have to play well. Both teams got tons of athletes on the field, very speed, athletic type players. It's all going to come down to the offensive line, who can get the job done, and who can avoid turnovers, really. I like South Point in this one. Lincoln's just, had too many turnovers and has some corrections to make.
Any other games that stick out this week coming up there in Lincoln County?
Well, the big talk was West Lincoln getting their first win of the season. They beat West Wilkes 24-20, and with that win, tied last year's total win, and now they're going to North Wilkes. They looked good against West Wilkes, had 4 turnovers, stopped the ball on defense in North Wilkes territory 4 different times. I believe had 2 interceptions, and the talk is of their offense. They have 2 junior running backs, both ran for over 100 yards, combined for, I believe, 242 of the team's 281 rushing yards. So Devin Travis, Kyle Arias, those are big, hard-running juniors, and they should be expected to have a good game against North Wilkes.
Nice. Any other games coming around?
The big game I will be at will be East Lincoln, their first game against Newton Conover. Of course, Newton Conover won the 2A title last year, their first in school history. East Lincoln last year, the 2AA runner-up to Reedsville. Again, another explosive game. Could go either way. This could be a big point spread, or this could be a very close game. You never know with these two teams. Last year it went, I believe, 30-7 Newton Conover, and East Lincoln lost, and then won 14 games. So that could happen again this year. East Lincoln, you just don't know with their offensive line how it will hold up. They've got a great running back in Austin Culp, led the league with 1,700 rushing yards in the county. I believe 19 rushing touchdowns. They got 2 great quarterbacks. Preston Perry will be the starter. Josh Wilson, last year's starting quarterback, will play wide receiver. So you can tell that they're trying to keep their options open, trying to get their playmakers out there, and we'll see what happens.
Good. Look forward to talking to you next week about what happens. And now, a quick recap of last week's action. We had Lincoln playing East Rutherford, 28-21 for the Wolves. We had Maiden versus North Lincoln. Maiden pulling that one out, 20-17. Cherville played Bunker Hill and lost 31-14. West Lincoln was at West Wilkes and won that one 24-20. Bessemer City played RS Central and took it on the chin, 22-9. Sun Valley at Ashbrook in the top game was won by Sun Valley, 14-7. Nations Ford out of South Carolina lost to Forest View, 20-14. And East Gaston lost to Hunter Huss, 36-12. And Kobe, what about yours?
All right, I got East Henderson shutting out Chase, 13-0. Butler beating Mount Tabor, 35-14. East Meck playing West Charlotte. East Meck winning 28-20. West Caldwell and North Wilkes, and West Caldwell scored 34, shut out North Wilkes. Independence won a tight one, 42-41 against Mallard Creek. And Alexander Central shut out Davie County.
Finally, we've got some more scores for you. Bandy's 22-14 over Fred T. Ford. Drawn lost its first varsity football game to Patton, 28-0, getting shut out. High Brighton defeats Freedom, 34-20. East Surrey defeats St. Stephen's, 28-13. South Caldwell had a shutout over McDowell, 32-0. Waddell and a squeaker over North Gaston, 28-27. Clover, South Carolina defeats South Point, 28-21. And South Iredell in their new conference defeats North Iredell, 19-0.